If you guys have taken a close look at my TV background, you have seen this book. You know that I am a huge X-Men fan. So, in honor of the release of X-Men 97, which is excellent, no pun intended, I am going to give you 5 NFL prospects that remind me of X-Men. All right, the first of the X-Men that I am going to choose a prospect for is Gambit. A lot of people's favorites. It's easy to see why. Gambit has this very cool ability to imbue objects with kinetic energy and then launch them as weapons, typically playing cards. And because of that, I am going with the LSU quarterback, Jaden Daniels, because if you've seen this guy throw a deep ball, you understand the analogy. 34 completions over 20 yards last year, had a QBR of 100 on those throws, which led all of college football. Also, he's from Louisiana. Okay, he's not actually from Louisiana like Gambit, but LSU is in Louisiana. I think he's from California. So anyways, Jaden Daniels, you are Gambit. All right, next up, I'm going with my girl, Rogue. Rogue has the ability to absorb the powers of others, which is how she has super strength and speed. She got it from Miss Marvel and it stuck. She also has this seventh sense where she can anticipate people's moves in battle. So you don't want to be lined up across from her because when she gets hands on you, it's over. And that's why I'm going with a pass rusher from Rogue, my number 1 pass rusher in the draft, Alabama's Dallas Turner. So I mentioned that Rogue has superhuman strength and speed. Dallas Turner is 6'4" and ran a 4.4640 at the combine, which is wild. And similarly to Rogue, you don't want him lined up across from you because when he gets hands on you, it's over. He's got an impressive arsenal of pass rush moves. He can convert speed to power. It's how he had 10 sacks last year and why I think he's likely to be the first edge rusher off the board. Coming at 3, we've got my personal favorite of the X-Men, and that is Wolverine. Wolverine has it all: strength, stamina, speed, the reflexes, the fighting ability, but perhaps most importantly, in addition to, of course, his claws, he has rapid regeneration ability. And for that reason, I am going with another Wolverine, Michigan running back Blake Corum. So you guys may remember back in 2022, Corum was having an unbelievable season. I mean, he was talked about as being in the Heisman race. And then he tore his meniscus, sprained his MCL. It was awful. But last year, he came back just as strong, broke 1,000 yards again. Like Wolverine, he regenerated. He also has this slashing running style that kind of reminds me of Wolverine, not just because slashing, but his contact balance, the power, the way he runs kind of low to the ground. I feel like it's a perfect comp. All right, after Wolverine, we've got one of the most powerful mutants in the X-Men universe. That's Storm. I'm sure you guys know Storm's power is her ability to control and manipulate weather patterns, something to do with the electromagnetic field. In any case, she's incredibly, incredibly fearsome, and she can fly. So I'm going to go with a prospect who might be the closest thing we've got to a player who looks like he's flying on the field. And that's LSU wide receiver Malik Neighbors, who honestly is lightning in a bottle. It's a big part of the reason why this year he averaged over 17 yards per target. When he has the ball in his hands, he is a threat to take the top off the defense every time. So he gets to be Storm. And finally, we're going to end this with arguably the most powerful X-Men. So naturally, I'm going to give her the number 1 overall pick. That's Jean Grey, who reminds me, stay with me, of Caleb Williams. So if you guys have watched X-Men or read the comics, you know that Jean Grey has like more powers than I can list, but the most notable ones are telekinesis, which means she can manipulate objects with her mind, and telepathy. She can control people or with her mind, or mind read. So honestly, when you watch Caleb Williams on the field, sometimes it looks like he has those powers. I mean, he makes the football go places that don't make sense. He does it outside of structure. He does it throwing from weird platforms. It is truly unbelievable. And he also has seemingly the ability to manipulate defenders with his eyes, throw no-look passes. It's all very Jean Greyish. However, there's a little bit of a dark side. I mean, Jean Grey is arguably too powerful, which is why she can also become Dark Phoenix. And honestly, sometimes you kind of feel the same way watching Caleb Williams, where he's like a little bit too confident in his own powers for his own good. That said, he is still my number one overall pick, and he gets to be Jean Grey as a result. And there you have it. Those are the 5 prospects who remind me of X-Men in this NFL draft. Let me know if you think I got it right, and let me know if any other players remind you of mutants that I left out.